utterly unable to turn out the thought that's called for. And then, "You want us to catch Kaitou, kid? We've been trying for the past 20 years, damn it! Wait like everyone else." "Unfortunately, we're rather impatient. We would like Kid delivered by midnight of the 24th. "That's the day after tomorrow." "Yes." "That's impossible. You think we can just try harder and he'll be in handcuffs?" "I think, Inspector, that if you don't, you'll have the kid's blood on your hands. You should thank us for the motivation. But don't worry, the deadline isn't absolute. You'll have the chance to save some of them until we run out of hostages. And I'll add in a bonus. We'll accept him alive or dead. Feel free to shoot him on sight. Should make your job easier." "You!" "We'll be in contact, Inspector. Better step up your performance." There's a click, and the soft beep, beep, beep of a dead line. For a minute, Nakamori holds the phone in a grip so tight the handset shakes while he grits his teeth until his jaw aches with the effort of not throwing the thing across the room. Then he expels all his breath at once, ribs contracting harshly, and slams it into the cradle hard enough to make the desk shake. He turns to the others. "We have until midnight the day after tomorrow to deliver Kid, dead or alive, or they start killing the hostages. 1 a day." He thought hostages would be easier than children. It's not. Not when everyone knows exactly what it means. Sawada slumps against the table, face hidden but shoulders trembling. Yamamoto crosses his arms across his wide chest, so tense he's slightly shaking. The door opens and Ogawa steps back in, eyes narrowed and lip caught between his teeth. "Oh my god, they look horrible," he thinks. Turning towards Ogawa, he catches sight of himself in the window turned into a mirror in the darkness, and is shocked to see his own face contracted, barely controlling fear, pain. He closes his eyes and tries once again to relax. It's like eating glass. "Ogawa." "The call came from a cell, sir. I'm running it to the company records, but odds are it was stolen. Probably in a dumpster by now. Location's down by the shipping yards. I sent some uniforms down, but 10 to 1. "They won't find anything," goes unsaid. Ogawa technically has no power to give orders to any uniform other than those in the room, unless in hot pursuit of Kid. Section 2 Superintendent Higishiyama saw to that after the hospital fiasco, but he's not the kind to let that stop him. Nakamori wonders who he bullied or bought, what favors he pulled in. He strides over to rejoin the group around the desk with calm movements and unfocused eyes. "Well, we know at least whoever these bastards are, they've got a grudge against the Kid. Run checks on everyone he's stolen from, threatened to steal from, or just pissed off starting today and working backwards. Nikishi's syndicate is top of the list. Maybe they're trying to finish what they started 4 months back. We're looking for someone with enough manpower to hit 5 homes simultaneously." The fury pounding through his blood like liquid fire is enough to make him forget any worries about his authority for the moment. All he knows is that he's going to find these sons of bitches before they have a chance to hurt anyone. The door opens again, and he pauses mid-order, teeth shutting with a click. As the men sent out earlier return, Hoshino's carrying a single piece of paper. Ohara is empty-handed. "Sorry, sir. No," begins Ohara. "Yes, we know." He begins to address the rest again. "So." "Sir, this just came off the fax for the lieutenant." Hoshino hurries across the room and makes to hand it to Ogawa, who nods to indicate Nakamori. The inspector grabs the cheap paper and scans it, vision tightening. He's half crushed the paper before he even realizes it. "Sir?" asks Ogawa tersely from his right. "It says the phone used belongs to Nakamori Ako. God damn them to hell." He rips the sheet in half and throws the pieces away, curses again when, with the infuriating temporality of paper, they came floating back to brush against his legs. He closes his eyes, presses the bridge of his nose with his right hand until his skull doesn't feel like it's about to shatter. "All of you." He opens his eyes and singles out the men along the walls with a glance. "Start digging." Here he pauses. All the men he would have put in charge, the men with seniority, are standing next to him. "Shimarashi, you're in charge. Organize whatever turns up by order of likelihood. See if you can get any helpful details from the wives. At least we can exclude the kid from the list of suspects. 10 minutes ago, he would have been happy. Now he has no time or emotion to spare for it. Don't go sticking your noses into Section 1's investigation. As far as they're concerned, we're just hypothesizing. Yes, sir. Then get to it. The men flee with a chorus of yes, sirs, leaving the room feeling suddenly large, cold, and empty. As a victim, he has no right to be in command here, and as a victim, he doesn't want to hand it over to anyone else. There's an awkward transitioning pause as the men wait for him to speak, and he waits for the strength to say what he has to say. Look, you four, this investigation should be headed by someone else, he says finally, forcing an emotionless tone against all feeling. Looks to Ogawa before the man can stand up for him, and silences him with a stare. Sawada is still staring dumbly at the floor. Sir, we all know you're the most experienced man in the force when it comes to Kid, and anyone involving him. Bringing someone else in. It'll take 2 days just trying to round up the suspects, and we don't have 2 days. Yamamoto, calm and controlled, manages even the last sentence almost smoothly. I have no impartiality, he argues. Good, growls Washido. I can't give orders to men in the same situation as myself. He can expect them to obey orders they disagree when it comes to Kid, or their comrades, or even themselves. But their children? It does not work and cannot work. Any cop knows that. Sir, we all understand the chain of command. Ogawa, gentle, quiet, as though speaking to a small animal. He knows just as well as Nakamori that parental instincts trump training every time. But they don't have a lot of options. At least, not that they can accept. If we're going to work this case backwards, only the task force has the necessary knowledge to stand a chance of succeeding in the time frame. And if we need to find the kid, you've got the best chance of doing it, sir. Can't you pull in a favor, sir? Says Takarai in an uneven voice, and the room freezes. Nakamori turns to him, face white. None of the force has spoken aloud of Kid's escape from Tokyo General, and although Nakamori is sure they all have their suspicions neatly lined up, only 4 men know the truth. That Nakamori ordered the officers out of the room to clear the way for Kid's disappearance, and that they lied to protect their superior. Takarai, hisses Ogawa, furious. Nakamori ignores him, lets the confrontation slip away, still-birthed. Sawada, what do you think? I want my wife back, says the man thinly. He looks up at Nakamori with cold eyes, hard and brittle as flint. I'll do anything to get her back, but I don't trust anyone outside the squad to do it. Nakamori sighs. Fine, we'll conduct our own operation. You and your families will comply with the Section 1 investigation. No doubt your wives can. He pauses at the sudden fear which passes almost simultaneously across the men's faces, and remembers, a ghost of a memory, pictures and sound without any feeling, what it meant to have a wife, to have someone who shared his love for Akko, to have someone he loved and protected as an equal. It sounds ridiculous and trite, but it has been so long since he last thought of a wife as something other than a hand to help with a house or possible witness in an investigation. Sorry, I forgot something 13 years ago he thought he'd never be able to, not even with the help of an entire bar's worth of liquor, not with anything short of a bullet to the brain. He doesn't want to remember, not if it means going back to those days of undirected grief and rage, but gods, it hurt to realize he's forgotten. He sees compassion in Ogawa, who doubtless remembers those days and the aftermath and the vague confusion of the rest. You should go home to your wives, he says gruffly. They must be frantic. Sir, with respect, they'd be a damn sight happier knowing we were doing something to get the kids back rather than moping at home. Washiro, terse and irritated. The others don't contradict him. Nakamori nods. At your discretion, then. He leans back against the desk and pauses.